Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Javea Community Group 2013 Spring Tour to Thailand. Our first visit is the 945,000 square metre compound of the Wat Phra Gai and the Grand Palace in Bangkok. Both the temple and the palace were begun in 1782. This was the year the capital was moved to Bangkok. The temple complex is famed for its stunning architecture and the famous Yaksha guardian figures seen here that flank all the main entrances to the complex. These towering figures represent demonic characters from the mythological epic The Ramakien and are identifiable as distinct individuals, all serving a protective role. The numerous buildings are all constructed in several architectural styles which reflect the desires of the monarchs who created them. With its huge amount of coloured and gilded ornaments, paintings, sculptures, spires, this really is so visually stunning. That is a miniature of the Angkor Wat, which we'll be visiting on our next tour. That is the temple of the Emerald Buddha, but you are not allowed to film inside. I love the waste paper bins. It was absolutely packed and it was only 9 AM in the morning. Apparently it's like this every day. A quick rest before we head out past the Grand Palace. Today this palace is used for state events only. We then continue to Wat Pho, the temple of the reclining Buddha. This 46-metre-long Buddha was created in the 19th century during the reign of Rama III. It is finished with gold leaf and the eyes and feet are inlaid with mother of pearl. Wat Pho is the oldest and largest Wat in Bangkok. Although it was built during the 16th century, in the Ayutthaya period, it has been rebuilt and modified several times. These beautiful gold statues. The compound is divided into two sections. The southern part is for resident monks, the northern part is open to the general public. Wat Pho also is famous for its school of Thai massage. We're now heading to a public jetty, isn't it filthy? Where we board the boat to go across to Wat Arun, the Temple of Dawn. The sunset view of the Temple of Dawn is of course Bangkok's most famous landmark. All 5 of the spires have been covered with broken pieces of porcelain that were were used as ballast by Chinese ships that formerly came to Thailand. I wasn't able to go up to the top, so may I thank Barry who took my camera up and videoed it for me. And aren't the views worth it? A few others of us who made the climb. And Ross videoing. We then boarded a boat for a trip along Chao Phraya River. These boats go incredibly fast. As you can see, this still is very much a working river. We're now entered the klongs, or canals as we know them, of Bangkok. Thousands and thousands of people actually live in these tiny little shack-type houses along the canals. You can see they do have tiny gardens and pot plants, and some of them actually do look quite pretty. That's a small local temple. And a stop to feed the catfish. That's our guide handing out bread. They really are enormous. We're now heading back along the river, past the more upmarket houses. And this is the restaurant where we're stopping for lunch. After lunch we had a walking tour through Chinatown, which I would not recommend. Here at Wat Tramit is the largest gold Buddha image in the world, weighing 5.5 tons and worth $20 million. The following day was a free day. But time for Diane to help feed the fishes at our hotel, the Pullman Bangkok. These really are incredible. Very pretty. That evening, we went to the riverfront and to the Calypso Thai restaurant. First, a little traditional Thai dancing, and of course a very good dinner. And after we finish dinner, we will be going upstairs to the theatre to watch the Lady Boys show. Enjoy the show. It really is a very good show. And afterwards we get to meet some of the cast. Diana with a couple. And Barry. And there's a few more of the lady boys. These are just boys. And an enjoyable evening had by all. Today an early start, 6:30 a.m. and a very busy day. First we're here in the middle of nowhere to catch a train, although it seems to be a very busy thoroughfare. And our train arrived, and it really was very old, very rickety, and one of the carriages absolutely stank of fish, so we all crowded in this one. You can see the state of it. That's the conductor. And this is the reason we're on the train, because we're actually going to the Maeklong Railway Market. Thais call this Talard Romhoop Market, which translates to Market Umbrella Pull Down. The trains run through here 7 times a day, 7 days a week. The market literally comes to a standstill as all the vendors hold on to their poles, pulling the awnings to make way for the train to pass. It's an incredibly tight squeeze, and the train travelling about 15 miles an hour almost touches the fruit and vegetables. You can see as we go through here, because very kindly the driver let me sit right at the front so that I could film the whole thing going in. It's been threatened with closure many times, but nobody believes it will really happen, and the market refuses to move because it was there before the railway. See just how close we are to the produce. We're now drawing into the station, so they can put all their awnings out and then take them back in about half an hour's time. Most of the stalls are vegetables. Quite a lot of meat. And fish. Thai spices. There we are trying to get through. And those are frogs. Okay, the train's on its way back, and now you will see just how close it is. Quite incredible. And down go the awnings. We're now off for our next experience of the day, the floating market. I'm afraid they didn't like our scarecrow doll, so we left that behind. To go along these canals and rivers, you actually board one of the long-tail boats. These are powered by lawnmower engines. You actually sit virtually on the floor and you have to be very fit and agile to get in and out. They go at one hell of a speed. And this was the first of many of our trips on these boats. As you can see, there's some quite pretty houses along these canals. All these houses are actually inhabited. In fact, on our last tour to Thailand, Joe, our guide, was born in one of these houses and his grandparents still live there. We're now actually entering the market itself. It's quite an amazing sight. All selling their wares from these little boats. And off the boat, time to have a little walk around. And as you can see, there's the canal with all the boats and the restaurants and the floating food. And that was an awful snake, and there was actually nobody there really keeping an eye on it. It was quite freaky. Some of this food really is quite delicious. Our food was cooked on this boat.
Okay, I'm gonna say
very traditional, very basic Thai food, but quite delicious. And this is where they do all their pots and pans. Our last experience for today, once again we're aboard these funny little boats. And this time we're heading out to the Mekong River. 50 years ago, the Mekong River estuary was very rich with mangroves and marine life. The mangrove forest around the mouth of the river was approximately 28,000 acres. Unfortunately, in 1984, shrimp farming was introduced. Vast areas of the forest were cleared to make way for the farms. In fact, the forest area shrank to just 3,000 acres. By the time the villagers, mostly fishermen, realized that their wealth lay not in selling the land to businessmen, but in the mangrove forest, it was too late. Most of the mangroves had disappeared, and the remainder was polluted by badly managed shrimp farms. Since 1991, there's been a campaign against deforestation, and it has now grown to around 12,000 acres. We, of course, are here also to see these troops of macaque monkeys. They are everywhere. I have to say, I'm not a monkey lover, and this quite freaked me. It's not us they want, of course, it's the bananas. And look, they're all over the boat. that one. See, look, he's trying to get in. Oh dear. They're very brazen. Just as well you're not actually hearing the soundtrack on my video camera. I really did find this very freaky. There goes one of our boats. I think that one's been up several times. Look at this. This one's been sitting on the end the whole way through. And there's our second boat. So now it must be time for us to go. It is. We're now actually heading out to the mussel and the oyster beds. But unfortunately, it is so wet that I had to turn off my camera. Kanchanaburi War Cemetery. Here is where the remains of the 6,982 prisoners of war that perished during the construction of the Death Railway are found. It's very sad. If you look at the graves, many of them are so young. We're off on another adventure. First, we are going to board some more of those very low, fast boats, and we're off to the bridge over the River Kwai. Although in fact it is not called the River Kwai, it is actually called the River Kware. And we're off. This is a very short, fast journey. Which is just as well, actually, because it goes incredibly fast. Very difficult to film, I'm afraid, but you get a sort of idea of what we went past. The fording of the river at the point just north of Kanchanaburi, known as the Markham, was one of the first major obstacles in construction of the Thailand-Burma Railway. Sections of the steel bridge were brought up from Java and reassembled by POWs using only pulleys and derrick. A temporary wooden bridge was built alongside it, taking the first train in February 1943. 3 months later, the steel bridge was finished. Both bridges were severely damaged by Allied bombers in 1944, but the steel bridge was repaired after the war and is still in use today. Curved spans of the bridge are the original sections. Here comes in one of our boats, and they all look very happy, so it couldn't have been that uncomfortable. We're now waiting for the train, which will take us along a section of the Death Railway to Thramkase Station. Janice and Michael looking jolly, and Christine, children running on the track, and time for an ice cream for everyone. Our next stop is the Tiger Temple. Tiger Temple is a Theravada Buddhist temple located in Kanchanaburi. In 1999, the temple received its first tiger cub found by villagers. Unfortunately, the cub did not survive, but soon after the temple was given several tiger cubs whose mothers had been killed by poachers. There's a lot of controversy that surrounds this temple. Many people think that it should be closed down. They say the animals are drugged. We certainly didn't see any sign of that. We went after their afternoon feed, and they all look fairly docile, but that's quite natural. This one looks quite jolly. They're looked after by monks and also by volunteers. Basking in the sun, it was very hot. Rosemary. This one's having a massage. Enjoying a swim. We could have all done with one. I was allowed to video the abbot taking them for a walk. This was the open part where people could go and stroke the tigers. I filmed through the bars. I didn't actually see any of our group in there. He looks quite content. And there's a picture of Diana lying with them. And Lisa. They not only have tigers, there's an awful lot of animals there. And this procession of cattle went on for about 20 minutes. And some of them are very strange looking. That one, weird. And this one, big hump. Now we're off to our hotel. And tonight we're staying at the River Kwai Res Hotel. To get there, we have to board these little boats, which are very fast and very wet. It's Tony, our guide. And this is the hotel. It's actually in the jungle. Little sort of cabins and things. Michael and Muriel were very fortunate, that's theirs, and they had a spa. Food was a buffet, it wasn't bad. And now you can see it in all its glory as we take off early in the morning towards the boat pier, where we will then board a bus to go to Ayutthaya. Ayutthaya was once Thailand's capital and home to 33 kings and numerous dynasties. At its zenith, and until the mid-18th century, Ayutthaya was a majestic city with 3 palaces and 400 temples on an island threaded by canals. In 1767, after a 15-month siege, the town was destroyed by the Burmese. Today, there only remains crumbling ruins and rows of headless Buddhas, where once an empire thrived. We're now going on a short journey to the other side of town. Lots of elephants. In fact, they seem to be the preferred mode of transport. That is the ruins of Wat Ratchaburi. And we're now going to Wat Phra San Phat, which is the biggest temple in the area at its peak. Situated in a compound similar to that of the Grand Palace in Bangkok, and was originally used as a royal palace and home to a number of kings during the Ayutthaya period. Very hot again. We've now arrived for lunch. This wonderful calm oasis in the middle of nowhere. Wonderful food. Wonderfully cool inside there. Beautiful gardens. Funny statues. There's Tony hiding in the trees. There come the girls out into the gardens. In fact, they're heading for what was some rather luxurious toilets. Elephants everywhere. And we're heading now back to the bus. That's our driver. And we're going to Phitsan New Lock. Wat Phra Sri Ratatan Mahatat. Known as Wat Ya, it is one of the holiest Buddhist temples in the country. The 36-meter prang behind the Buddha was built during the Ayutthaya period. Mahatatat means old relic, and this Buddha is one of the oldest in Thailand. As this is one of the most famous temples, we decided it was time for a group photo. Although there are many wonderful Buddha images, and the temple is actually very beautiful, this temple is famous simply for the Buddha, Phra Phutta Chinnarat. The late Sukhothai period statue is a bronze image cast in 1357. Its most distinctive feature is its flame-like halo, which symbolizes spiritual radiance. It's one of the most sacred Buddha images of Thailand, so sacred that it is said to have wept tears of blood when the Ayutthaya army captured the city in the early 14th century. Aren't they cute? Our next stop is Sukhothai. And our mode of transport, these wonderful little tuk-tuks. Sukhothai, literally Dawn of Happiness, was founded in 1238 and was the capital of a Thai kingdom considerably larger than Thailand is now for approximately 120 years. This Wat Mahathat is actually the royal palace compound, which is surrounded by a moat and contains two main sections, the royal residence and the palace temple. The ruins of the royal palaces, Buddhist temples, the city gates, walls, moats, dams, ditches, ponds, canals, and the water dike system, which was the economic base of the kingdom, have been restored by the Fine Arts Department with the cooperation of the UNESCO, not only to foster Thailand's national identity, but safeguard an important part of mankind's cultural heritage. Personally, I'm delighted they did so because I think this place is absolutely superb. A quick stop to buy some cardies, and actually I bought one and had forgotten till I saw the film. And we're off to the next Wat, and the next sites. Mira and Lisa, Shirley and Delia, all relaxing. Believed to be the first piece of Thai literature, the famous stone inscription of King Ramakanhung was found here in the 19th century and bears the date 1292. The inscription says this: Wang Sukhothai is good, in the water there is fish, in the fields there is rice. The lord of the realm does not levy toll on his subjects for travelling the roads. They lead their cattle to trade or ride their horses to sell. Whoever wants to trade in elephants does so. Whoever wants to trade in horses does so. Whoever wants to trade in silver and gold does so. When any commoner or man or rank dies, his estate, his elephants, wives, children, granaries, rice, retainers and groves of areca and betel is left in its entirety to his son. When the king sees someone's rice, he does not covet it. When he sees someone's wealth, he does not get angry. He has hung a bell in the opening of the gate over there. If anyone has a grievance which sickens his belly and gripes his heart, and he wants to make known to his ruler and lord, it is easy. He goes and strikes the bell which the king has hung there. King Ramkamahung, the ruler of the kingdom, hears the call. He goes and questions the man, examines the case, and decides it justly for him. So the people of Wang Sukhothai praise him. We continued our journey to Chiang Mai and visit the Bubing Palace. Situated just beyond the Doi Suthep Temple, Bubing Palace was built in 1961 as the winter residence for the royal family. The palace is surrounded by a lavishly landscaped flower garden, as you can see. This is the Queen's Rose Garden and of course the Orchid Nursery. There really were some quite beautiful flowers in here. This is the Princess's Palace. It's really quite exhausting being on holiday. Wat Phra Phat Doi Suthep. This beautiful temple is 1,676 meters above the city of Chiang Mai. Absolutely incredible. I love it. It occupies a site with a cool, refreshing climate, views over the city, idyllic forest, waterfall and flowers. It's the most important temple in Chiang Mai, as well as one of the most revered among all of Thais. It's a major pilgrim destination during the important Buddhist holidays. According to legend, a Buddha relic, which some say glowed magically, replicated just before it was about to be enshrined in the big chedi at Wat Suan Dock. The clone relic was placed on the back of a sacred white elephant, which was allowed to roam wherever it wanted. The elephant eventually climbed to the top of Suthep Mountain, trumpeted 3 times, turned around 3 times, knelt down and died. This was taken as a sign that this was a spot where the relic wanted to be. So King Kunar built the original chedi on Doi Suthep at the end of the 14th century. I actually think this is an amazing place, absolutely beautiful. Look at all this wonderful gold, statues. In fact, just about everything about this place is superb. Janice and Michael chatting to Nana, our guide. This is actually considered a pilgrimage. Every day you will see people coming round, lighting candles, monks and everybody else. That is a replica of the Emerald Buddha. The original was in Chiang Mai before it went to Bangkok. And here you can see the monks paying homage. Some very quirky types of Buddhas and statues here, but beautiful. And this is the staircase down. It's 309 steps, which some of us took, not all. And here we are now waiting to get on our minibuses to go back to our hotel, the Rimping Village in Chiang Mai. That evening we went to a Kentucky dinner and show. This evening is actually about eating the food of Chiang Mai in that area, the Lana area. And you eat it Kentucky style on the floor. Quite uncomfortable. No seats. But nonetheless, by this point we are all very fit and agile. Most of the dancers in the show are local students. I went to the back and filmed as much as I could, so please enjoy. Janice and Diana join in the dancing at the end. Janice has really got it together there, look at that. Total moves. Diana, I think, is, well, I'm not sure. Sorry, Diana. And there's Pat. Richard, meanwhile, is being accosted by a llama. I think it's a llama. And he's not even really noticing. After this show, they do a little performance and say thank you outside. Beautiful nights. Lovely ponds. And then they let off the Chinese lanterns. And I'm delighted to say I managed to catch one going all the way up. An exciting day today. We're off to see the elephants, rafting, carts, etc. However, I think I'm going to be quiet and let you actually watch the show because it really was very good. come now to get their food, bananas and bamboo, and of course a few little notes for the mahouts, who are very, very good. Here are Pat's giving a little note now, which the elephant will give directly to the mahout. There's Muriel jumping around on an elephant on his trunk. Pat stroking one. And even Lisa's got on board. Super show. And now it's time for cards. That's our card I'm sharing with Diana. They really are bone shakers. It's elephant time. I didn't catch everybody because I was the last in. So that's Keith and Kate, Nora and Christine, Morag and Rosemary, Michael and Muriel, John and Delia, Tony and Barbara, Janice and Michael, Diana and Lisa, Tom and Jean, Ross and Di, and that was it. We then had to wait 20 minutes, Barry and Pat and I, for our elephant. There's Barry and Pat going. I unfortunately was on my own. I'm always on my own on an elephant, but there I am feeding it. My mahout took a little video so you could see me. And trekking through, there's a couple of others, I'm not quite certain who they are. Next, the rafts. I love this. It's so slow and gentle. The first 6 are off, waving away. And the next 6. And we actually went next. And I gave this guy my camera so that he could film us. The result was a bit of a joke. It actually took him about 20 minutes, but I've managed to get something. Actually, it's a very gentle, lovely way to go. Slightly uncomfortable. This elephant just spouted everywhere. It actually wrecked my camera, but we won't worry about that. And this little lady came out, and we were the only ones who stopped. And Mira and I had wonderful coconut each, or coconut milk, and others bought Coca-Cola. And that's the other raft going past that we missed in the first place. This is about an hour and a quarter, this trip along on the rafts. We passed lots of elephants, etc. And they're quite jolly people. That's where the mahouts live. That's their village. We're now coming into a sort of civilization. And out again very quickly. And there's some more, but I'd rather think these are probably holiday places. And now we're coming in to the pier where we get off pier, dock. Everybody else has already landed. And our next stop is the orchid place. And there they are, beautiful. Beautiful orchids, Barbara. Lisa. And all the butterflies all around this jar of jam, I assume. And there's Richard in the distance there. Today we bid farewell to Chiang Mai. On our way to Chiang Rai, we visit the Shangdo Caves. Shangdo means City of Stars and is named as such because of its spectacular height and majesty, but we're actually here to visit the caves. The caves actually descend to 12 meters, but we just took the easy option and visited the first ones where there are Buddha images. Quite incredible, really. Lovely images. It's not easy to get the ones at the top. I had to stop and photograph them. Once down, there's a lovely pond. Quite a lot of fish in it too as well, but they're all catfish. We will make our way out and we're off to Wat Tha Ton, which is actually a beautiful temple, but the light wasn't great. And my camera decided to die at that point, so I had to use another one, so hopefully the images are okay. There's Barry inside looking at the exhibition. It's quite a good museum, actually. Lovely artwork. And there's Shirley. Lunch was beside the river. Good lunch. So the Aka tribe, which actually I don't like very much. And then we make our way through the countryside to the Karen long neck tribe. I have to say, these ladies were very sweet ladies. I don't think I could bear to have those things around my neck. Some of them have up to 28, and they have them around their legs as well. Muro tried it, but hers wasn't fitted. The Karen Padong Hill tribe are also known as longnecks or giraffe women, although they prefer to be called Kaya, having originated from Myanmar, the Highland state of Kaya. They are now thought to be only about 300 who are in Thailand, and they live in Chiang Rai. They face many hardships. They are not recognized as Thai citizens, and therefore they do not have access to medical care, education, or other rights granted to citizens. They are not permitted to be employed within Thailand, so they have to find other ways of generating income. Frankly, I think they're absolutely right to open their village and invite us in, because at least we can help them in some way. And certainly the majority of them do make their own weaving, scarves, etc. And I really do think that that is a good idea, because so many of the tribes that I've seen in Thailand in the past do nothing actually than beg. We're now on our way to board another one of those boats, and we're going to Chiang Rai, which is about a 5-hour journey, and we go at one hell of a speed. I'm not going to talk very much on this, because I think you can see for yourself what we pass and the scenery on the way. An awful lot of children. There's one of our boats passing me up, always left at the last. This bridge looks a bit hairy. In fact, I wouldn't go over it on a bike. I don't think I'd even walk over it. After 3.5 hours, it's time for a comfort stop. Is Michael giving me a wave? We only got 15 minutes and it's time to get back on the boats. Here we are, ready for the off. And there they go. We're now about an hour and a quarter away from Shanghai. And our boat broke down. Doesn't my boat always break down? Beautiful, beautiful sunset coming up there. These are holiday places. And this is the bridge that basically takes us to Shanghai. There's a guy fishing. And then they are waiting for us because, of course, we're about 25 minutes behind because we broke down again. Wat Rongkun, Shanghai. On my first trip to Thailand in 2005, I found out about this temple and we thought it was absolutely wonderful. And in fact, it wasn't on the tourist route at all. Now we've come back, and I have to say, it is even more wonderful than I remember. I met the artist on my last trip, a great admirer of Gaudi. He really wanted to put this temple in with the Gaudi image. His words, "Only death can stop my dream but cannot stop my project." Frankly, I don't think it will stop his project. He believes that this temple will give him immortal life. Certainly, once again, there's a lot of controversy about it, but I actually think that it's absolutely beautiful. These are all the sort of prayers that one puts forward. I put one forward the last time I was there. Several monks. And of course, their famous golden toilet for girls and boys. In fact, the loos aren't gold. There's Barry and Michael posing. Now on our way to Chiang Sen and Wat Chedi Luang. This is said to be the oldest Wat in Thailand. It also has a children's nursery there. Very peaceful, very nice, very quiet. This apparently is the oldest tree in Thailand. Those are our 3 drivers. We are now continuing to the Golden Triangle. Unbelievable how many people get in cars here. Look at all those bikes. Even the poor old monks have got no choice. Look. We're just heading into Ruak, which is what most people now call the Golden Triangle. This is where the Ruak and Mekong rivers meet. South of the Ruak is Thailand, north is Burma, and east is Laos. This is the actual triangle, and there's Diana standing underneath the sign, and the big Buddha. Time for lunch. Looks quite good. And then we head to Myanmar, which of course we know as Burma. Not really a lot here to see. That is the border crossing. The following morning, time to sunbathe and swim at the hotel. There's Tom and Jean and Diana. This is our last night, so what better way to spend it than a cruise along the river in Bangkok.